Hello and welcome back into the YSU Sports Update. I'm Dom Joseph. So the YSU women's basketball team took on Wagner College for the first time in these two programs' history on Saturday afternoon following the Illinois State loss to Youngstown State's football team earlier in the day. Let's head out to the Beagley Center for some highlights. So here we see Taylor Pettit of the Penguins looking for a place to go with the ball. She'll send it across to McKenna Peters. Great swing pass to Maddie Shires. She'll hit the three, showing shades of Allison Smolinski, the three-point queen of Youngstown State, and who just graduated last year. Now we see Chelsea Olsen looking for a place to go, and off the screen comes Shires again. She'll knock down another three. A phenomenal performance by the freshman. And from one freshman to the other, Jen Wendler misses the bucket. Here comes Wagner, opportunity, and Chelsea Olsen says, "I'll take that." She's gonna drive to the basket, trying to draw the foul, won't go, but gets the bucket anyway. 30-point lead for the Penguins at this juncture in the third quarter. Now we see Taylor Pettit. She tries to drive to the lane. Great defense by Wagner, but she'll kick it out and find Olsen. That's another three for Youngstown State. Injured in the post, and they're just going to add more guards onto the floor and keep knocking down threes. Olsen looks for the three, finds Pettit, who finds McKenna Peters, and she'll knock down a three. McKenna Peters with a phenomenal performance in this game as well. One of her best games of the season thus far. And now we see Taylor Pettit. She'll drive to the lane, and another great kick-out pass finds McKenna Peters. That's another three. McKenna Peters was on fire in this one. Final score 64-42. The Penguins improved to 3-3, and I'm now joined by Ben Lulai. Ben, you're at this game covering it, and just a great performance by the Penguins against a smaller team of Wagner.
Yes, for sure. YSU definitely found their stroke a little later into the game from the three-point line. Maddie Shires with 4 three-pointers in the first half. Wagner was just outmatched. You could see YSU stretches to 30 points at one point in the third. And the four-guard lineup definitely worked for the Penguins this time around. We'll see how it does in the future, but it worked on Saturday.
Absolutely, and you talk about the all-guard lineup essentially for the Penguins here. Mary Dunn and Emma Van Zanten are out with injuries. Head coach John Barnes in today's press conferences did not confirm or deny anything about those injuries. So you have to adjust to those guards, and it seemed to work pretty well when they dedicate themselves to the three.
Yeah, for sure. They'll have to definitely dedicate themselves to the three without Mary Dunn in the middle to be patrolling the paint. And from a defense perspective, they did very well to protect the paint. Not a lot of points in the paint for Wagner, which is a good sign looking forward for the Penguins.
Absolutely, and their next matchup comes up against Eastern Kentucky. And now we're going to shift over to the men's basketball team as they get ready to take on Westminster this Wednesday at the Beagley Center. Here's what head coach Jared Calhoun had to say previewing the game.
Men's basketball head coach Jared Calhoun spoke to the press about the current state of the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're about a quarter of the season done so far. We only get 31 games. We've played 6. I don't think anybody's happy with where our offense is at. But I also don't think anybody's hitting the panic button. You're seeing a lot of teams across the country struggle. The only way to fix that is repetition. Get in the gym, get shots, concentrate, and do it all over again. When I left late last night, we had 3 or 4 guys in here shooting the ball. So I think it's the guys that work at it, they'll shoot it better. But I think, free throw line's a lot of concentration. Just getting up there, relaxing, taking a deep breath, getting in your rhythm, and knocking down the shots. And, DQ went there 20 times, set a school record for attempts and tied for makes. So, that was a big key of the game. We've shot 16 more free throws than our opponents, something that we've really tried to work on the offensive side. Last year it was very lopsided. The other side of that is, John, we're not fouling as much. So last year we averaged 21 fouls a game. This year we averaged 16. So we're winning the free throw battle, and I think that's an important battle in our game.
The next matchup for the Penguins is Wednesday at the Beagley Center as they face the Westminster Titans. This is Jalen Hewlett for YSU Sports.
And now, Ben, we're getting ready to go for this matchup. The men's basketball team, they've had an up-and-down start to their season. What do you think they need to do going up against a Division III school in Westminster that has given them problems in recent years?
Yeah, I think they definitely have to work on, not necessarily work on their defense, but definitely dedicate themselves to the defensive end of the floor, spread the ball around. Darius Quisenberry recently eclipsing 500 points. Nasbo Hanning as well. They'll have to be leaders on the offensive end of the floor as well as the defensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. And who, aside from Darius Quisenberry and Nasbo Hannon, who do you think's impressed you the most so far this season from the men's basketball team?
From the men's basketball, I'm going to have to go with Aku Che.
Yeah.
There's at least his growth from last year to this year is definitely a good sign for the Penguins moving forward and with their aspirations into the Horizon League and other non-conference opponents.
Ben, thank you so much for joining us as always. Really appreciate it. And that is going to do it for us here at the YSU Sports Update. Be sure to tune in next week for more information on the YSU Sports teams here at Youngstown State University. And be sure to check out YSUsports.com for more information. I'm Dom Joseph. We'll see you next week.